Imagine finding a simple 2020 Liberty quarter dollar in your pocket change and discovering it could be worth far more than its face value. If you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of the video to find out its potential value and how you can sell it for a great price. The 2020 Liberty quarter dollar is one of those modern coins that surprises collectors and everyday people alike. Released as part of the America the Beautiful quarter program, it features distinctive reverse designs that make it instantly recognizable. Many of these coins entered circulation in large numbers, but a small fraction came with unique minting errors, limited strike varieties, or near-perfect conditions that can dramatically increase their value among numismatists. What makes this coin stand out is not just its year but the details. Some 2020 quarters were struck with rare mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or even special low mintage varieties that slipped through regular production unnoticed. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with these features because they can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity. Another key factor is grading. Coins preserved in mint state or higher grades, often certified by professional grading services, can fetch premium prices. The difference between a circulated coin and one in pristine condition can mean the difference between a regular quarter and a small fortune. Even coins found in everyday transactions can sometimes hold hidden potential if they're examined carefully for rare varieties. 2020 was also a year of historical significance, and that has added extra appeal to coins minted during this period. Many collectors view these coins as part of a unique chapter in American history, which further fuels demand and price growth in the collector's market. Whether it's the West Point mint issues with the W mark or special commemorative designs, the 2020 quarters hold a special place among modern collectibles. Before rushing to spend or exchange any 2020 Liberty quarter you come across, it's essential to check every detail, from the mint mark to the strike quality and any signs of unusual patterns on the coin. Many valuable coins have been found by people who simply took the time to inspect what they thought was ordinary change. Imagine finding an old Australian 10-cent coin from 1967 and realizing it could be worth far more than its face value. If you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of the video to discover its potential, price, and how you can sell it for a good amount. The 1967 Australian 10-cent coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. It was part of the first decimal series issued in 1966 and 1967 when Australia shifted from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the decimal currency system. The 10-cent coin replaced the old shilling and became an essential part of daily transactions. These coins carry the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, and the reverse features the iconic lyrebird, a symbol of Australia's rich wildlife. What makes the 1967 issue special is that it was struck in the early years of decimalization, and the minting quality and varieties have drawn strong attention from collectors. Millions were minted, but certain rare errors and high-grade coins are what truly make some examples valuable today. Some of the most sought-after 1967 Australian 10-1 coins are those with striking errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, double strikes, or coins struck on the wrong plankets. These minting mistakes are rare and were usually overlooked in circulation, which means if you happen to find one in your possession, it could be worth far more than 10 cents. Condition is another major factor. Coins that have been preserved in brilliant, uncirculated, or proof-like condition with sharp details and lustrous surfaces can command strong prices among collectors. Even slight wear can significantly reduce the value, so a well-kept coin is always worth examining carefully. The 1967 issue also has historical significance as it represents a transitional period in Australian currency. Many collectors love to complete sets of early decimal coins, and having a pristine 1967 10-cent piece can enhance the value of a collection. Over the years, certain varieties, such as coins struck at foreign mints or those with unique die characteristics, have become even more desirable. If you own a 1967 Australian 10-cent coin, take a closer look at its details. Check for unusual errors, examine the edges, and observe the overall strike quality. Coins in top condition or with rare features have been sold in auctions and collector markets for impressive sums compared to their face value. If you think you might have one of these valuable coins, Comment the word price in the comment box and I will tell you its value and the complete procedure on how you can sell it. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks simple, a coin that may have passed through thousands of hands in grocery stores, gas stations, and school cafeterias, yet silently carries with it decades of American history and value far beyond. It's 5 cents. That is the story of the Liberty 5-cent coin from 1960 to a small piece of change that could turn the tables for you if you happen to own one. So stick around until the end of this video, because not only will I take you deep into its history, but I will also reveal its worth according to eBay and other online platforms, along with how you could sell it if you are lucky enough to have one. The 1962 Liberty 5-cent, also known as the Jefferson nickel, is part of a long-running series that began in 1938 and still continues today. By 1962, the design had already been circulating for nearly a quarter century, yet it retained its place in American life as one of the most recognized and heavily used coins in the nation's currency system. On the obverse of the coin, we see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, who won a design contest in 1938. Jefferson's image symbolizes leadership, democracy, and the enduring values of American independence, making the coin more than just money, but a reminder of national identity. On the reverse side, you will find Jefferson's home, Monticello, an architectural masterpiece and an American icon. The inclusion of Monticello adds depth to the coin, linking Jefferson's political legacy with his vision for culture, architecture, and education. The design has remained one of the most stable in U.S. coinage history, giving it a strong identity among collectors. The 1962 nickel was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with Denver producing the majority of coins. More than 380 million nickels were struck that year, which means the coin is not particularly rare in its most common forms. However, condition and errors are where the true value lies. Know exactly how much your specific coin is worth and how you can sell it. Here's what to do. Comment the word price in the comment box, and I will personally tell you its value according to its condition, as well as guide you through the selling process so you can get the most out of your coin. Welcome back to the coin world, where rare coins and their fascinating stories come to life. Today we are diving into the history and value of the Liberty wheat penny from 1940, a coin that may look simple at first glance but carries decades of history, heritage, and in some cases, serious value. If you own one of these, it just might turn the tables for you. Stick around until the very end, because I'll share exactly how you can sell this coin, where collectors are buying, and the surprising prices it has been fetching online. The wheat penny has long been a beloved series among coin collectors. Minted between 1909 and 1958, the Lincoln wheat cent was designed by Victor David Brenner and introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the Indian head cent and was the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of a symbolic figure. That alone makes the wheat penny a piece of history that stands out in the world of American numismatics. The 1940 wheat penny was minted during an important time in American history. The world was on the brink of World War II, and while the United States had not yet entered the conflict, the political climate was tense. Millions of these coins circulated in everyday commerce, carrying the image of Lincoln on one side and to wheat stalks on the other, symbolizing prosperity and growth during uncertain times. For ordinary citizens, this penny represented not just currency, but resilience. Now, the 1940 penny was struck in huge numbers. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 586 million of them, while the Denver Mint added more than 81 million with the small d mint mark, and San Francisco contributed over 112 million with the S mint mark. That means in total, more than 780 million wheat pennies entered circulation in 1940. Because of that, a regular circulated example is often worth just a few cents to a couple of dollars. But what makes this coin fascinating is the variation in condition, mint marks, and rare errors that can dramatically raise its value. Collectors love this coin for its history, but they pay premiums for high-grade examples. A 1940 wheat penny in average circulated condition might only be worth around 10 to 50 cents, but an uncirculated one with strong luster and minimal marks can sell for $10 to $1.20. And when you reach the highest levels of grading, such as coins graded mint state 67 or higher. The price jumps into the hundreds and even thousands of dollars. These top-tier coins are rare survivors that avoided wear and damage for over 80 years, making them highly desirable to serious collectors. Errors and varieties also add another layer of excitement. For example, some 1940 wheat pennies show doubling on the obverse, where the letters or date look doubled due to a die error. Imagine finding an old 1953 Liberty wheat penny in your collection or pocket change and discovering it could be worth far more than you ever expected. If you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of the video to find out its potential value and how you can sell it for a great price. The 1953 wheat penny is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, struck during the post-World War II era. It carries the iconic wheat ears design on the reverse and the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This coin was minted in large numbers, but certain variations, mint marks, and conditions make specific examples far more valuable than their 1-cent face value. There were 3 main mint locations for the 1953 wheat penny: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with the D mint mark, and San Francisco with the S mint mark. While millions were produced at each location, collectors are always searching for rare varieties and coins in exceptional condition, coins that were never circulated and remained in pristine mint state. Grades are especially sought after, with some commanding impressive prices at auctions. One of the reasons this coin attracts attention is the presence of rare minting errors and varieties. Some 1953 wheat pennies feature double die obverses, repunched mint marks, or other striking anomalies. These errors, often unnoticed during regular circulation, can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and grade. The coin's condition is crucial. Coins graded by professional services at higher levels, especially those with full details and sharp strikes, are valued significantly more than their circulated counterparts. Even small differences in luster, surface quality, and strike can create a major gap in pricing. Historical context also plays a role. The early 1950s were a period of economic growth in the United States, and coins from this era represent both historical value and nostalgic appeal for collectors. Many people are drawn to the wheat penny series because it ended in 1958, making every date within the series a potential collectible. If you happen to find a 1953 wheat penny, don't rush to spend it or toss it into a jar. Examine the mint mark carefully, look for any unusual features and consider its condition. Rare varieties or high-grade examples have been known to sell for significant amounts through auctions, online platforms, and specialized coin dealers.